What's going on? It's Dean, and this is Topics. Hey guys, it's Dean here. This is Topics, and basically, I do this kind of fun thing where I have three different topics, and obviously you can comment about them and tell me about them, whatever topics you want me to discuss. I give my opinion on it, and I just kind of talk a little bit about it, whatever, and see how it goes, see how fun it is, and so let's get right into it. So the first three topics that we have are these. Topic number one, what is a friend? So, if we're talking about what a friend is someone you can rely on, someone you trust, someone you can go to and be like, bro, I don't got money. Do you got money? And they're like, I got you, bro. And you're like, thank you, bro. That kind of friend. Hopefully not a loan check. But what a friend should be, someone that you can depend on. The way I see a friend is like a person that's like an extension of yourself. So kind of, or extension of your family, I would say. That's what I meant to say. So kind of like when your family members, you love your family, you care about them, think they're great, and so on. Well, at least I hope so. Just hope you love your mother. And, you know, that friend is come almost like a brother or like a sister to you. So generally, friendships aren't really based off of like just some sort of flippant thing that is very like, oh yeah, I like your hair. And they're like, I like your hair. And it's like, oh, we're friends now. Like a lot of people have that like weird friendship where it's like, oh, their friendship started from something really ridiculous. But then it's not like something that was built over years of getting to know each other. It was like, you're my best friend now. After like meeting you for like 2 seconds. It's like, that's not really friendship. But I'm not saying those friendships can't last, but like sometimes they're really on based off of a very flimsy foundation. So they're kind of like, any small thing could probably change it or whatever. So you're like, oh no, this is terrible. But anyway, what if I used to kind of think of friend of like, when I look at the Bible, there's David and Jonathan. And David and Jonathan are like really good friends, and like Jonathan even goes against his dad to defend David, who, you know, his dad's trying to kill. And it's like he really cares about him, and that even when Jonathan then dies, David then takes care of Jonathan's son Mephibosheth. So it's like their friendship was more than just like some flimsy thing. It was like the Bible describes that Jonathan loved David like more than his own soul. Like he felt like he was like a brother, someone that was a bond to him. So I think if you have a friend or if you have friends, then they should be people that are like, you can depend on them, that you love them so much, you care about them so much that it's like, you know, you would do anything for them, that if they were to die, you take care of their kid, if they were sick, you would visit them. But if you have someone that's kind of like taking from you and never actually giving you anything in the friendship, in that relationship, then it means, you know, you probably aren't really friends with them. They're just using you. So you should run as quickly as possible, like run far, like to Jamaica or something, I don't know. So that's kind of what I think about that. Moving on to the next topic. Can I really make a difference if I am young? Alright, so can I really make a difference if I'm young? Yeah, it's not really a thing of age, because people have this wrong, I guess, mindset, especially when you're a kid. Like if you're 12 or 13 or 15 or whatever, you think, what can I do? I barely have a job, or how in the world am I going to do that now? I'm only 12. And it's like, that's not really the thing, because sometimes we think if we're trying to make a change, we think of it in like a macro level. So we're thinking, oh bro, if I'm going to make a change, I gotta like change the society, stop all homelessness, stop all like discrimination, change everything. When it's like, actually, your age doesn't have any significance to it, because just because you're young doesn't mean you're lacking, but just because you're old doesn't mean you know everything. That's what you have to realize, because there's people who are in their 40s, 50s, and haven't done anything at all in life or for people or made any difference. And so they're older and you think they should have more experience, they should have done way more things, but yet they didn't. So that means, it doesn't mean if you're young, that means you can't do something or you can't make changes. What it means is that it's the little things that you do that actually make a difference. For an example, if you're in your house with your family and they're like, you know, throwing rubbish everywhere, you know, they're throwing recycling in the rubbish bin, and or everything's put into one bin, you can be like, actually, can we just separate the stuff, you know, put rubbish over here, recycling over here, glass over here, so we can actually protect the environment. You might think, what's the big deal? But actually, if your family were to do that, what it then creates is a knock-on effect. So if they went somewhere else, they'd be like, actually, maybe you should organize the recycling or the rubbish. Maybe you should do it this way. And it makes a massive difference. You might think, but Dean, how is that making a difference? But it does. And other people learn from what you're doing. So don't think because you're young, you can't do something, or you just think, there's no way. Just the little things, whether it's little things in school, whether it's little things at home, or if you're a college student, the small things, it's significant in whatever you do. So don't think, there's no way, Dean, but don't think that way, okay? Next topic, and the last topic. Should I tell everything about myself? Or should I tell people everything about myself? I don't think so. I think for me, my attitude is very different. If I meet a person that tells every single detail of their life to me, I'm kind of like, you're weird. Because I don't do that. I tell you what I think you should know about me or what is relevant, but I don't go telling people every detail. Like, there's people who you'll meet and they'll be like, oh, Dean, let me tell you, my father left, my mom beat me, I got into drugs before, I also am currently a father, and you're just like, oh, okay. I did not need to know that information at all, but thank you. I really appreciate that. Where is the nearest door? I need to get out of here. But I don't think it's necessary to tell everybody, because I feel like people who have to say all the different things about themselves, I just don't trust them. Because I mean, trust them in the sense of, if I then told them something, that they would keep quiet about it, because they talk so much and talk about everything about themselves. So when you meet people, if you gradually build a relationship where you're like, you little by little, you learn about them, you get to know each other, and you feel comfortable telling this person about something about yourself, then that's fine. But even then, it's like, you should still limit what you say to people, because like, okay, so this might sound like bad. Like, you might think, oh my gosh, Dean, what? So you don't tell people things or don't trust, but it's not. It's more like, it's not necessary to say everything about yourself to other people at all. Because let me put it this way: if a person can't be your friend or like you or interact with you without knowing every detail about you, then you need to actually run away from that kind of a person, because that person isn't interested in your best interest. They're more interested in just learning something so they can gossip about it. So then they'd be like, hey, did you hear what Dean did? Oh my gosh, did you know where Dean comes from? Oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, there's no relevance. They don't care. There's no interest. There's no love that's involved in that. They're just kind of like, yeah, we just want to know more about you. And like, I just don't trust people who are like that, because it's like, I don't know. It seems just very like odd that you're really trying to pry into people's lives, especially people who are like, if you've ever said, oh, I don't want to talk about that, or I'd rather not say, and then they're like, oh, come on, we're buddies, we're friends, and you're like, I've met you like for 10 minutes, like I've only known you for like 10 minutes. How are we friends? No way, fam, go away before I knock you out in the Ballycotton, I'm telling you. But in all seriousness, you're just like, you have to watch out for those kinds of attitudes or behaviors, because you're like, I don't know who this person is. So I don't tell people everything. If I tell you something, I might tell you about what I like. I might tell you about my hobbies. I might tell you food I eat or whatever. But I don't tell you things that are deeply rooted or hidden, because it's not relevant. You don't need to know. And if you need to know, you would never need to know, because it's not like you're a doctor. It's not like you're a police officer, or you're someone who is like sworn to secrecy, sworn to confidentiality, where it's like, if I tell you, I can sue you. If I tell a friend something and then they tell people, I can't sue my friend. I told him willingly. There's no contract. But I have control of whatever I say to people. So I just say, don't tell everybody everything. But at the same time, if you find someone that you can feel comfortable with, then you can tell them these things or tell them whatever. But that's all up to you. I just personally wouldn't think it's wise to say all things about you, but tell people what is necessary, if that makes sense. To end, this has been Topics with me. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and like this video and share this video, and comment down below other topics you want me to talk about or discuss, or if you actually find this interesting. I just thought of it and I was like, why not try and do this? So this has just been episode 1. If you want to continue, definitely share, like, and tell people about it. And go to my Instagram at Dean Stoney-Oke, and follow me on TikTok at Dean Oke, DANOKE, and comment, send me a message, and tell me what else I should talk about. Thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.